cop tells a woman to put out her cigarette, she thinks she has a better idea. Big mistake. A shocking video has emerged out of Alabama after a police officer politely asked a self-entitled, obviously unhinged woman to put out her cigarette during a football game. Although she thought that she had a much better idea, the inconsiderate degenerate quickly realized she was greatly mistaken, and now, the footage is going viral. According to local news source REUTERS, the incident took place on Saturday, November 4, 2017. Immediately following the altercation, 60-year-old Cherie Brush of Fair Oak, Alabama, tried to cry police brutality and even went on a radio talk show to publicly grieve over being manhandled by the fed-up cop. Much to her dismay, on November 20, 2017, the Tuscaloosa Police Department issued a statement on Facebook, saying that the cop did his job, and I couldn't agree more. The Facebook statement read, "The Tuscaloosa Police Department has completed an internal review of the smoking incident at Bryant-Denny Stadium during the LSU game, which was posted on social media. Based on our review of the incident, we do not feel the officer involved acted inappropriately." The video posted along with this post has been taken down because there was personal information contained in the video that does not need to be given out to the public. The video, which was recorded by other people sitting in the stands at the Alabama vs LSU football game, clearly shows the demon hag raise her cigarette into the face of the police officer, who had just politely told her that smoking was prohibited in the stadium. Rather than put the cigarette out as asked, she blatantly ashed her lit cigarette in a cop's face, then wants to cry police brutality. This situation has nothing to do with a bias against smokers. The woman is just a straight-up she-thug for her disrespect to a cop who was just trying to do his job in front of hundreds of other people. Brush later claimed that she was offering her cigarette to the officer to have him take it away, but that's not what the video shows before he hauls her out of her seat and then out of the stadium. She should have tried to come up with a more believable story, since you don't hand someone the lit end of a cigarette when offering for them to take it away, and that's clearly what multiple videos from the incident show her doing. This woman's behavior, captured in the video, was nothing short of sickening. She knew hundreds of people were watching her, and she meant to treat that cop like dirt. So, she got exactly what she deserved. I am proud of the Tuscaloosa Police Department backing up their officer. Honestly, that doesn't happen enough these days in our country. Far too often, cops are asked to do a tough job, and then, they get the shaft when they actually do it. If it weren't for trashy people like Brush, cops wouldn't have to physically enforce the rules, to begin with. Brush claims that thousands of pissed-off people, who have seen the video on social media, are blind and that she wasn't being disrespectful. That's a load of crap. It's very clear that she pushed her cigarette up into the cop's face to smoke him out and drop her ashes away from her own body. The officer acted appropriately when he grabbed her wrist and treated her like the degenerate that she is. See it for yourself. Here is the body cam footage released by the Tuscaloosa Police Department. Of course, the mainstream media was only too happy to interview Cherie Brush about her horrific experience. During an interview with REUTERS' Chelsea Barton, Brush said, "I am having trouble getting around. And I am humiliated in my small town. Greatly hurt physically and emotionally. I was frightened to death," Brush said. What a loser. She should feel humiliated for having behaved like such a jackass. That officer didn't want to have his night take a turn for the worst because of some idiot who wouldn't just obey the rules and put out her cigarette, and he certainly didn't deserve to be treated like that. Below is footage recorded by another football fan who was watching as Brush got hauled out of her seat. Here's the part that won't surprise you. Cherie Brush reportedly hired an attorney to seek legal action, according to local news source WKRG. Yes, she breaks the rules, behaves rudely when called out, then cries foul when she suffers the consequences. How pathetic, and we hope any judge sees it the same way.